In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can use the Polygon Pen for modeling a text, and later I show you a technique to modify existing geometry with the Polygon Pen. And we will jump to 3D code and make a auto retopology of the letters and bring the mesh back to Cinema. And then we will do the cleaning up and fixing of the mesh with the Polygon Pen. So I hope you will learn a bit, and we'll see how the Polygon Pen work. So I will start with the letter M here, and I will start by making a manual modeling. Later we will do the auto retopology version. Okay, so choosing the Polygon Pen, I will enable quad strip, and yeah, the rest is default. And you have to know that depending in which mode you are, the Polygon Pen is behaving a bit different. So in edge mode, for example, you can just draw edges and these will connect. And control click, you can always delete components. So if you are in points mode, you click and basically you draw polygon strips like this. And in polygon mode, you draw polygons like this. So different behavior in depending in which mode you are. But you can, in all modes, you can modify all types of components. So you don't have to switch the modes so often. And also, you don't have to switch tools so often, because the Polygon Pen is basically a welding, extruding, tweaking, and stitching tool, so you can do a lot. It's also possible to cut with the Polygon Pen. So basically, it's like 5 or 6 tools in one. And that's cool. You have a lot of functionality by using modifier keys. But let's just start with this example here. So I will start here by drawing edges. I will make this simple, and later I will subdivide the mesh. So I will just make the base geometry first. And now I make cuts. With Shift, click on an edge, you produce a point, but we will go to point mode here. So you Shift click on the edge and this will make a point here. You can also just click and click to make a cut. And you can tweak the components, you can tweak points. Oops. Okay. As we didn't have auto world on, these components are not connected. So I will just select all and make a optimize, and now this should be together. Okay. So now I tweak this to my needs. And now I will start making some loop cuts. The thing is, with the Polygon Pen, you cannot make loop cuts. You can only cut a single polygon. So I use now the loop cut to make some more geometry here. And I think this is okay. And now you could take this and extrude it. And put it to a hyperNURBS, and you could now also you could, for example, use the new bevel deformer and makes the edges, bevel the edges. But let's change the font, and I will say solid chamfer, proportional. Let's see what that makes. And now I want to use this bevel only on on some edges, not on all. So I select the edges I want to bevel. So these are edges I want to bevel. I could now make a selection tag of these edges and can put them here in this slot. Now only these are beveled. Oops. And I will make a cut here and here, and also here. So this is a very basic geometry, but yeah, the advantage to have this kind of geometry is you can make some effects like pulling these out, make some nice roundings, and have a nice text. And now I would like to smooth out some parts. Yeah. You see, this is quite nice, and now I will use a different technique, and I will just hide this. And for this, we will take the whole word and extrude it with 0 centimeters, so we have only the caps. And if we would take this to 3D code, it would make a mess, because uh, each letter is a n-gone now. So we have to change this to quadrangles. Now we have quadrangles and triangles, but this is a very uneven divided mesh, and this is not producing good results, I found. What you need for a good retopology is for a auto retopology, I must say, is a good subdivided, even subdivided mesh. So we will turn on regular grid, and this makes a very even distributed mesh. And the only problem we will have here in the edge area, there's a lot of very stretched triangles like these. And the auto retopology also doesn't like that. So we need to change this. And what we need to do is select the splines. And in this mode, we go to uniform. Let's see the wire. And now you see we have some beveling going on. So we need to increase the subdivisions here. Something like that. So now we don't have stretched triangles anymore. And the polygon count should be also quite high, not too low. I think this is looking good. So I will just convert this and connect delete. Oh, okay, I have to convert these first and connect delete. Let's delete this. So now I will export this as a OBJ and jump into 3D code. I select retopology and here I select auto retopology and choose the latter. The poly count of 3000, well, we could try 2000 maybe. And I will leave everything by default. We could try if hard surface gives us better result. I have found this is not so important because in this case we have a flat surface and I think there's not so edges that need to be sharp. Okay, so we try this. We won't do any manual tweaking. This is all automatic. Okay, so this is a result that is okay, but you see there's a lot of work to do on some parts. But we will just take the result as it is and export it. And in Cinema I will undo some steps here because I want to get these splines back. So here we have the splines and now I will merge my retopo mesh. Yeah, you see this is giving a pretty good base for modifying this. So let's turn on a color to see it better. And I will just jump into the Polypen and do modifications. I will turn on auto world now, and parts like this I will just delete. I don't want to mess around here, and I will just drag these edges new. And here I will just world, and here I will shift click and get a new point. Here I will just move it. Here I will just delete these and move it to the spline. I have spline snapping on, so I can easily snap this to the spline. In this case I want to extrude these. Okay, here we need one more edge cut. I will loop cut this and go back to Polypen and close this. Here I prefer to use point mode with the Polypen, so I see actual points, because sometimes there are hidden points if you're in poly mode. I will do this quite quick now. As you see, it's really easy to add points, tweak points, and really a fast process here. Delete components that are not wanted. Okay, let's keep this a triangle. Okay, if you think this is okay, well, I think we could make a cut here. Or maybe we just delete all this stuff and do it again. Okay, I think we make a triangle here. I'm not doing a good job here, but it's okay now. I just want to get a kind of okay mesh. In this case, I will just select these, and for this I will just scale it and move it up. That's a bit faster because the Polypen is not working with selections. Well, I know this is not a nice topology here, but I want to keep this simple now. Why can't I cut here? Let's try with the Polypen. No. Okay. You can weld, can move. Just delete this. That's okay to me. It's certainly could be better, but I will just make this easy. Okay, I think we can live with this. Let me fix this here. Oops, just the point. Okay, I think we are there. What I like to do sometimes, I want to go to the select boundary loop, and now you can select the border of the mesh with the loop selection. And now I will convert it to points, and now I invert the selection. And now you can use the smooth brush. You can use the smooth brush of the sculpting tools in Cinema 4D and smooth out some areas here to get a better distribution here, to get it more even. And that's okay now, I think. And now I want to show you what you can do with these retopologized letters. We will inverse the normals here and extrude this with some subdivisions and caps. And now I want to make a fancy balloon type of typo. So I will make a floor to make a dynamic simulation here. let's make this a collider, and the Maxon logo should be a soft body. And now you can make some fancy stuff like here in the soft body tab you can increase the pressure. So I will animate this. That's quite fun. So let's take this, and on frame 70 I make this 25. And now let's see, in the project settings I will increase the steps per frame, and I would just cache this, and we will pause the video and I will come back later. So okay, here we are again, and the caching is done, and I just changed some values here, you can see. And yes, so the result is looking like this, and I will just turn on subdivision surface. As you can see, the mesh is looking imperfect, so I think I like that. And this is because the topology is not very good. I must say this was done really quick, and this is not a good topology, very unnecessary stuff going on. But I think in this case it's pretty cool. I like the organic look and imperfections. And now I wanted to show you also that you can do some sculpting on this mesh, because we have a very clean topology. We can take this mesh and subdivide it. And now I will just use some brushes here from the content browser, some presets. Let's try these screws with the line mode. And the line mode has improved quite a bit. It's an R16, it's very fast, and you can use it pretty good. So I will just draw a line here, hit enter, and now you have the screws. Let's try another. There are also some nice presets for stitches. I saw them. Where are you? Here. Let's try these. Actually, the cloth simulation would be quite nice if you would use some maps to make the stiffness on the areas where you have stitches. You could make this nicer, but I think this is cool now. So a good topology is always necessary for sculpting, and yes, also for the soft dynamics it's good. Oops. I hope this helped you and you got to see the Polypen in action. And yes, looking forward to hear feedback, and bye bye.